Okay, thank you very much, and good afternoon, distinguished colleagues. So mine is a presentation on a paper we did on transforming agriculture in Sub-Saharan Africa, opportunities, challenges, and pathways for agroecology. So to give an overview of our abstract, like I said, the research paper explored the transformation of agriculture in Sub-Saharan Africa, and in particular with a focus on Sub-Saharan Africa. So the key challenges that we highlighted were climate change, food insecurity, economic constraints that impact the agriculture sector. So amidst these challenges, agroecology emerges as a promising approach to sustainable agriculture. It presents opportunities to navigate these challenges and transform the agricultural landscape in the region. So the scope of the paper highlights the challenges that impede the implementation and potential pathways to navigate these challenges, and also talks about the role of FANRPAN, which is the Food, Agriculture, and Natural Resources Policy Analysis Network. We employed a combination of research methods, both quantitative and qualitative research, including case studies and surveys. So introducing the paper, the current state of food production in Africa. So Africa, particularly Sub-Saharan Africa, is a region diverse in agriculture system. However, it faces significant challenges in food production due to factors such as climate change, population growth, and economic constraints. We've been, as a region, we've been hit very massively by the devastating effects of climate change. And despite being a home to a quarter of the world's arable land, Africa imports a large portion of food, indicating a gap between potential and actual agricultural produce. So the region is basically grappling with a lot of issues, of which food insecurity is one of them, with millions of people suffering from chronic hunger and malnutrition. So smallholder farmers play a crucial role in this agriculture sector. And they literally contribute about 80% of the produce in Sub-Saharan Africa. And they constitute majority of the farms in the region. These farms are typically family run and rely on manual labor. They are characterized by cultivation of a diverse range of crops, livestock, contribution to both household and food security. Locally and at regional markets. So despite these, however, smallholder farmers often face challenges such as limited access to resources, inadequate infrastructure, vulnerability due to climate change and market fluctuations. But despite these challenges, the smallholder farmers have the potential to drive the agricultural transformation in the region if adequately supported with appropriate policies, technologies, and the right investments. Therefore, we advocate for partnerships between all the sectors that the major stakeholders in the agriculture value chain, of which the private sector is very much key to it as well. So there is need for transformation. Given the current state of food production and significant role of smallholder farmers, there is a pressing need for transformation in the agriculture sector in Sub-Saharan Africa, of which agroecology being practiced by a lot of smallholders by default, not that they know of the term agroecology, but by default, most of the farmers in Sub-Saharan Africa practice agroecology in their farming practices, such as mulching and intercropping. So with the importance of agriculture in sub-Saharan Africa as a whole. So agriculture contributes about 14% to the GDP of sub-Saharan Africa. The sector itself provides employment for a large portion of population, of which very much of it is the youth that are practicing smallholder farming portions in their areas, more especially in the local communities. So agriculture also plays a cultural significance. Beyond its economic role, agriculture has a deep cultural significance in sub-Saharan Africa. It is intertwined with the region's traditions, customs, and social structures. And like I said, by default, most of these local farmers practice agroecology, because that's like the major practice that they've known ever since memorial time. So the challenges that they face, however, despite its importance, include, like I said, climate change, degradation due to the same climate change, pests and diseases, and limited access to inputs and markets. So these smallholder farmers who form the backbone of the sector often lack access to credit, technology, and extension services. And I must highlight here that due to the nature of agriculture practices, extension services are very key to the smallholder farmers. And these challenges hinder the sector's productivity and sustainability, exacerbating issues of food insecurity and rural poverty. So coming to the need for transformation to agroecology, some of the factors that I wanted to highlight here that contribute to low agricultural productivity include climate change, as highlighted in the previous slides, land degradation, limited access to inputs. Many farmers have limited access to quality seeds, fertilizers, and irrigation facilities, which are essential for enhancing productivity. Pests and diseases, of course, like the main climatic environment of sub-Saharan Africa, which harbors a lot of pests and diseases such as the armyworm, which was devastating to a lot of farmers, more especially in the past three decades. I mean, in the past three farming seasons. So there is need for a multifaceted approach to handle these factors that contribute to low productivity. And given the complexity of these challenges, there's need for adoption of sustainable farming practices such as agroecology, conservation agriculture, organic farming that enhances soil health and increase resilience to climate change and improve yields. There's also a need for investment in research and development. There's also need to strengthen the agriculture extension services like I earlier highlighted and improve access to credit and markets, and also enhance climate resilience. So as coming to agroecology as a solution, agroecology can can address many challenges faced by agriculture in sub-Saharan Africa. For example, it can enhance resilience to climate change, which has hit the region very badly, and improve access to sustainable inputs and promote sustainable land management. However, the adoption of agroecology requires policies, investments in research and capacity building, and the active involvement of farmers and local communities to own their projects. So the rest of the paper will explore these issues in detail. So I also want to highlight the role of my organization, the Food, Agriculture, Natural Resources Policy Analysis, in promoting agroecology in Sub-Saharan Africa. So FANRPAN is basically a Pan-African network that brings together stakeholders and the agriculture sector to address policy issues. Our mission is simply to promote effective agriculture and natural resources, the FANA policies, by facilitating linkages and partnerships between government, civil society, farmer organization, the private sector, the youth, women, and researchers. So our role in agriculture transformation is FANRPAN plays a crucial role in agriculture transformation of Sub-Saharan Africa. We do this by advocating for policies that are sustainable, such as agroecology, and also we facilitate knowledge sharing and capacity building among stakeholders in the region. This includes promoting best practices, conducting research, providing training, and also technical support by hosting events such as dialogues between the key stakeholders in the agriculture sector. So some of the initiatives and collaborations, FANRPAN has initiated several programs aimed at promoting sustainable agriculture in Sub-Saharan Africa. These include programs of climate smart agriculture, agroecology, and nutritional sensitive agriculture. So some of, to highlight one of the program, FANRPAN is currently in collaboration with some universities, of which the University of Pretoria is one of them, where we introduced a fellowship program where we are doing research on agroecology to provide evidence that would be disseminated in the region, in our country networks, of which we are present in about 17 African countries. So FANRPAN also collaborates with various partners, including governments, research institutions, farmer organizations, and international agencies to implement its programs and influence policies. So like I said, we are networks of networks, so we are interlinked with many other organizations. So FANRPAN's work has contributed to increased awareness, understanding of sustainable agriculture practices amongst key stakeholders in Sub-Saharan Africa. It has also influenced the policy in several countries, leading to increased support for sustainable agriculture, including agroecology. And some of the countries include Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, and Mozambique, to name just a few. So the methodology we had used in this research paper, we employed a mixed research, like I said, and data collection was done through surveys and interviews across the key stakeholders, the policymakers themselves, and the communities. We also employed case studies, and our data was analyzed, and yeah. So in the literature review, in Sub-Saharan Africa, agroecology has gained attention as a potential solution to challenges faced by agriculture sector. It aligns with traditional farming practices that value diversity, resilience, and sustainable use of local resources. So like I said, by default, most of the farmers in Sub-Saharan Africa practice agroecology, knowingly or unknowingly. And several studies have documented the benefits of agroecology in the region, including improved soil fertility, increased crop yields, enhanced resilience to climate change, and improved livelihoods for farmers. Some of the challenges in adopting agroecology in Sub-Saharan Africa. So despite the potential benefits, the adoption in the region faces several challenges. These include lack of awareness and understanding of agroecology. So limited information is what actually is impeding the growth of agroecology. And the research has highlighted the need for supportive policies, capacity building, participatory approaches to overcome these challenges and promote the widespread of agroecology. So organizations like ours play a crucial role in advocating for agroecology, facilitating knowledge sharing, and building capacity amongst the stakeholders, like I said, through regional dialogues that we host. We host regional dialogues, national dialogues. Yeah. So
you have 3 more minutes.
Oh, thank you. I'm about to conclude actually. So these are some of the crops and livestock in sub-Saharan Africa, of which vegetables are amongst the many that, like I said, smallholder farmers are the major producers of most of the agricultural produce in the markets of sub-Saharan Africa. So I also wanted to highlight some case studies that we did in Malawi. There is a case study that focuses on the use of agroforestry, and where farmers are adopting agroforestry practices to improve soil fertility, increasing crop yields. And in addition to increasing crop yields, agroforestry in Malawi is also providing economic benefits to farmers. Then there's also a case study that was done in Kenya, where farmers are focusing on push-pull agriculture technique in Kenya. So the push-pull strategy is an innovative agroecology method that manages pests through the use of trap and repellent plants. And in addition to increasing crop yields, the push-pull techniques provide economic benefit by reducing the need for chemical pesticides. It also contributes to environmental sustainability. And also another case study was done in Senegal, where we focused on the use of ecological intensification. So the intensification is an agroecological approach that aims to enhance agriculture productivity by optimizing the use of ecological processes. For intensification can significantly increase yields of millet and peanuts in Senegal. And the practice improves soil fertility and moisture retention. And to run to the conclusion, so agroecology has significant potential to transform agriculture in sub-Saharan Africa. The study highlights the need for which we are doing as an organization through fellowship programs in partnership or collaboration with universities. The study also emphasizes the need for policy support for agroecology. And we are also doing this by doing dialogues, which are encompassing key stakeholders such as the policy direction for research and action, including exploration of a specific agroecology, the development of innovative approaches to capacity building and policy advocacy. Thank you very much.